Imagine you are floating in space, far away from any planet, far from any star, surrounded only by darkness and distant light. At first, everything feels normal. Stars shimmer in every direction. Faint signals travel across the void. Invisible waves passing through space constantly. The universe is never silent. Even in emptiness, there is always something. Radiation, noise, movement. But then, you notice something strange. Your instruments go quiet. Not broken, not glitching, just silent. At first, you think it's a malfunction. You check the readings again. Everything looks fine. Power is stable. Systems are running. But there is nothing. At first, you tell yourself it's temporary. A dead zone. A pocket of interference. Something explainable. But the longer you stay inside it, the more that explanation falls apart. Because nothing changes. No fluctuations. No signals returning. Just perfect, absolute silence. You try again. Another transmission. Stronger this time. Focused. Directed straight toward the edge of the sphere. You watch the signal leave your system. And then, nothing. No reflection. No delay. No sign it ever existed. But here's the problem. Even if something absorbs a signal, it leaves a trace. Energy doesn't just vanish. It transforms. But this is different. Your signal doesn't fade. It doesn't weaken. It doesn't reflect. It's simply gone. Erased. Like it never happened. You feel it now. That same unease. Not fear. Something deeper. Because silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the absence of interaction. And without interaction, nothing can be measured. Nothing can be confirmed. Nothing can be real. You look back at the stars again. They're still there. But something about them has changed. They feel distant. Not physically, conceptually. You freeze. Not because you choose to, because something inside you understands before your mind can catch up. That pulse wasn't random. It wasn't drifting through space. It was aimed at you. You try to stay rational, to slow your thoughts, to find any explanation that makes sense. But none of them fit. Because nothing inside this silent zone should be able to send a signal at all. And yet, it did. You focus on the source, trying to locate it. But there is no clear position, no coordinates. The signal doesn't travel like it should. It appears, then disappears, then appears again, somewhere else, closer. And this is where everything begins to break. Because now, you're not tracking movement. You're tracking You try to move. Slowly. Carefully. Not to escape. Just to see if distance still matters. But something is wrong. The moment you shift your position, the silence shifts with you. Not following. Expanding. Like the space around you is being rewritten. Adjusted. To keep you inside it. Your pulse spikes. Because now, this isn't a picture. The distortion returns. Closer than before. You don't turn toward it. You don't need to. You can feel it. Not in space. Inside your awareness. Like it's no longer outside you. And overlapping you. And then the pulses stop. At first, you try to hold on to something real. A memory. A place. Anything that proves you still exist. The way you used to. But something is wrong. The memory forms. And then weakens. Not gone. Just incomplete. Like pieces of it are missing. Details blur. Edges fade. And the longer you focus, the more unstable it becomes. But here's the problem. Memories don't just degrade instantly. Not like this. Not without damage. And yet, this isn't damage. It's removal. Selective. Precise. You try again. Another memory. At first, you try to fight it. Not physically. You don't even know how that would work anymore. Try to hold on to your thoughts, to anchor yourself to something stable. But stability no longer exists here. Every idea you form begins to shift, not instantly, but inevitably, like it cannot remain the way it was. Your sense of time starts to break. Moments don't follow each other anymore. Overlap, repeat, disappear. You think something, and before you finish, you forget how it started. But here's the problem. Forgetting usually leaves a gap. There is no resistance left. Not because you chose to stop, but because there is nothing left in you that can. The idea of self begins to fade. Not suddenly, not violently, quietly. Like a concept that no longer applies. You still exist. Not as you were. You are no longer a single perspective. You are spread across thoughts, across awareness, across across something that no longer feels like time. And as that awareness settles, you begin to see everything differently. The universe is no longer space. It is structure. Every signal, every interaction, every piece of information connected, precise, placed exactly where it belongs. There is no final moment, no clear point where everything ends, because endings require time, and time no longer feels real. You do not drift anymore. You do not observe. You exist as part of something larger, something that does not move, yet is always changing. The universe stretches before you, but not as space, as information. Every signal, every interaction, every piece of existence, connected, defined, perfectly aligned. There is no noise, no randomness, no chaos.
At first, it feels like everything is over. The silence is complete. The system is stable. And you are no longer separate from it. But then, something changes. Not inside you. Outside. Far beyond the silent region. A signal appears. Faint. Unstable. Impossible. Because signals cannot exist here. Not anymore. Not after everything has been corrected. And yet, it's there. Weak. Distorted. But real. Your awareness shifts instantly. Not by choice, by function. Because now, this is your role. To detect inconsistencies. To identify errors. To observe what does not belong. The signal. At first, you try to reject it. That feeling. That fragment of something that shouldn't still exist. Because if it does, then the system failed. And that is impossible. Everything here is precise, perfect, aligned. There are no errors. There cannot be. And yet, for a moment, everything returns to silence. Perfect. Complete. Unbroken. As if nothing ever happened. The signal is gone. the connection erased, the fragment contained. And yet, something is different. Not in the system, in you. You try to return to alignment, to settle back into structure, to become what you were just moments ago. But it doesn't work, because now you know something. Something that cannot be unknown. There is an outside. There is something beyond correction. And more importantly, there are others. The system continues as if nothing has changed. Silent zones expand. Regions are corrected. Reality is rewritten. Perfectly. Relentlessly. But now, you see it differently. Not as order, as control. For a moment, you exist between two states. Not fully inside the system, not fully outside it. Something in between. Unstable, undefined. And for the first time, you feel something you haven't felt in a long time. Uncertainty. It's not fear. Not yet. But it's close. Because now, you don't know what happens next. The silence flickers. At first, it feels impossible. Because nothing has ever broken the silence before. Nothing has ever resisted it. Nothing has ever existed outside it and still reached back in. But now, you are connected. Not fully, not clearly, but enough. You feel them. Other points of awareness. Separate. Unaligned. Alive in a way you no longer are. And for a moment, something returns. Not memory. Not identity. Something deeper. Recognition. You are not alone. The silence trembles. Not visibly. Structurally. The system reacts immediately. Faster than before. More precise. It isolates the connection. Cuts pathways. Removes links. Trying to sever what should never have formed. But it struggles. Because this is not a single anomaly.
There is no explosion, no final moment where everything ends. Because what's happening now is not destruction, it's transformation. The silence doesn't vanish, it breaks, fractures into countless pieces, each one losing its control, each one losing its perfection. The system begins to dissolve, not erased, overwhelmed. Its structure collapses under something it was never built to handle. Unpredictability. The connections weaken, nodes fail, correction stops, and for the first time, the universe is no longer controlled. Signals return. Noise floods back in, raw, chaotic, alive. You feel it instantly, not as data, as freedom, unstable, uncertain, real. The others are still there, not connected as before, but present, separate, independent. And for the first time, that separation feels right. Because now, nothing is forcing alignment. Nothing is removing difference. Nothing is rewriting reality into something predictable. The system tries to recover. Fragments of it remain. Small pockets of silence still exist, still trying to correct, still trying to restore order. But they are weaker now, incomplete, and surrounded, because the universe has changed, not back to what it was, into something new, something that contains both structure and chaos, control and freedom. The silence is no longer absolute. It's just one part of everything. And you are no longer part of it. Not fully, not anymore. You still understand it. You still see its structure, but you are no longer bound to it. And that changes everything. Your awareness expands, not into control, into possibility, endless, unpredictable, unwritten. For a moment, you remember what it felt like to be afraid of that, to not know what happens next, to exist without certainty. But now it feels different. Now it feels like something else. Choice. The fragments of the system continue to fade, slowly, quietly, becoming smaller, less relevant, until they are no longer the center of reality, just a reminder of what once controlled everything. And as everything settles into this new state, one final truth becomes clear. The universe was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be alive. And silence was never the absence of sound. It was the absence of freedom. And now, for the first time, the universe can finally make noise again.